KDHL Agri Boosters. In studio today, Emily Beckman, who is one of the leads in the production of A Haunting We Will Go. Tim Kelly wrote this, by the way. A very well-known playwright. Am I right, Brody?
Yes, that's correct.
He's written a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Brody Kucera is a sophomore, which means you have 2 more years after this of high school.
Yep.
Are you bummed by that, or are you excited by that?
I'm excited to move on with my life, go to college. I think I want to be a doctor, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Dr. Kucera. That has a ring to it.
Yeah.
I better be nice to you. You might be working on me when I'm old and, you know.
Yep.
Gotta be nice. Joe Werdman.
Yes, sir.
Is it Werdman?
Yes, sir, it is.
Joe, and you're a junior.
Yep, that's right.
So what are your future plans, Joe, long as we know that Brody wants to be a doctor?
Well, I'd love to stay involved with theater or get involved with music as well. I like the idea of doing something possibly in young adult ministry and maybe traveling the world eventually somewhere along the line. So
I like all those plans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, traveling the world. I enjoy that myself. And Emily, how about your future plans? You're the junior.
Oh, yeah. When I'm older, I definitely want to go to college. I want to try and be a veterinarian, so that's
Wow,
all.
another doctor.
Yeah, animal doctor. So.
Only your patients can't tell you where it hurts.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be able to figure that out, though, for them, so.
No, they probably will howl or I'll yelp or a meow if
Something
you touch
like
them
that.
where it hurts. That's my guess. But anyway, those are the future plans of our cast members of A Haunting We Will Go. Who wants to tell us how much tickets are, how can I get tickets, what the show dates are?
Well, tickets are $7 for adults, $4 for students, and $5 for a college student with an ID. It starts this Thursday, the 19th, and that show is ASL Interpreted, and then it goes on to the 20th and 21st and ends the 22nd. So the 19th through the 21st, the show times are 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and the 22nd is a 2 o'clock matinee, right in the afternoon.
So is this, I would guess this isn't your first play, Joe.
No, it's not. I've been involved in theater since I was a freshman, but I actually stage managed behind the scenes up until the middle of last year, and I decided that I wanted to try acting for a change. I liked what I saw, and I tried it, and apparently I was semi-decent at it, so I continued, and I haven't looked back.
Did you like stage managing?
I did. It was really interesting when I started acting because I gained more of a perspective, both what is happening on the stage and off the stage, how that relationship between a stage manager and an actor kind of works, and I really got more insight on that point of view.
Yeah, Brody, you a veteran of the stage as well?
Yeah, I've been in theater a long time. My first show was in 2nd grade. I was Tiny Tim in A Christmas Carol at the Paradise Center.
I remember that now that you mentioned that. You were very good in that,
yeah,
too.
Thank you. And I've done shows up until now, so it's been fun. I love theater, and I will continue to do it.
Was that your first play when you were Tiny Tim?
Yep, that was my first show when I was Tiny Tim.
And you got hooked?
Yep, I was hooked. I loved it.
It does get in your blood. When I was a youngster, I was in theater, too. I was recently in Bleacher Bumps.
Oh,
Cool. Well, my voice was.
Yeah.
I didn't hit the stage at all. It was kind of the easy part. I just
yeah.
recorded all the things that the announcer had to do, put it on a disc, gave it to them, they put the sound effects in it and put it in the play.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of the ideal way to be in a play.
Yeah.
Don't have to go to all the rehearsals. Of course, I missed the cast party, too. You guys have a cast party?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we do. We have it after Friday and the Saturday performances, not after Thursday since that's a school night, obviously.
But it's a lot of fun, too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice to celebrate with everybody afterwards, and we actually call it a cast and crew party, just not to leave out the crew, because, I mean, they make us look good up there, so we want to make sure to include them.
Yes, for sure. In fact, and I don't know, are you required to do something behind the scenes as well as on the stage as part of your theater class?
Yeah, especially to letter in theater, you can do acting or you can do tech. A lot of the actors I know we're on the stage, but then we also stay around and we help paint the set. We just
find props, build set pieces, and then after the Sunday performance, we have to strike, so we have to take everything down and put it all away. And so we all have to stay for that because we're all in it together, to quote High School Musical, I suppose. And we just help each other out in that way. And it's really an equal balance of helping each other out in which areas that we can.
So, Brody, tell me about your character in A Haunting We Will Go.
So my character is a military serviceman that is on commission for 2 weeks, and he's trying to get to Los Angeles, do some gambling or something, I suppose. And he's been hitching a ride, and he's got dropped off at the end of the highway, and he's looking for a hotel, and he stumbles across this place thinking, oh, I'll spend the night here, and he gets into a lot more trouble than he's bargaining for.
Yeah, like a ghost or something?
Yeah, or 2 or 3. So.
This originally was, as I mentioned, a mystery comedy, but Paul told me that you guys are emphasizing the mystery.
Yeah, definitely emphasizing the mystery. There's, like Emily said, there's a few funny parts here and there to kind of break up the intensity of the show, but it should be a good show overall. So.
Joe,
Yes,
tell me
sir.
about your character.
My character is Bates, Johnny Bates, and I actually play a...
You look like a Johnny Bates.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I play a sort of a kidnapper, and I have a counterpart, Emily Johnson, and I play sort of this mean guy who kidnaps a girl and holds her ransom for money, and that's part of the mystery of who done it, and it adds to the turmoil and makes the plot so intricate and confusing. But the interesting thing about my part is that at least Mr. Johnson told me I'm more of a nicer person, and I have to get on stage and play this jerk from Chicago or wherever that has to be rough and mean and loud, and it's a real challenge, and I love that. I absolutely love it, because you can unlock that part of yourself that you have no experience using at all, and you can just get on stage and be this completely other person, and you can really get into character. So I really have been blessed to have gotten cast in the role that I did. I really love the challenge.
Awesome. How about you? Can you relate to your character? Is he more like you or not like you?
He's like me. He's real serious, and he's trying to understand the situation, and he's got something going with Norma, and I don't know. It's a lot. It's a fun part. It's definitely he's involved heavily in the show, and I don't know. It's a fun part. I really like it.
So you're Norma's love interest. Is that right?
You could say that.
it's
Yeah.
complicated.
It is
so.
complicated. You'll have to come see the show to find out.
Yeah.
Well, now you got me very curious, and I know you want people to come see the show. Can you give me just a little bit of what the story's about?
So my character Norma, she's a big television producer, kind of hotshot, very confident, and she, as a child, grew up in the town where the Inn of the Three Sisters is, and it was an abandoned hotel. She was always very interested in it. So years later, when she finds out it's going to be torn down, she wants to come back and spend one last night in the Inn of the Three Sisters and kind of satisfy that childhood dream she had had. So she gets there, and yeah, she gets a lot more than she bargained for, and she meets a bunch of strange characters, and just everything kind of happens at once, so.
There's special effects in this, I would guess, with a ghost or multiple ghosts. There's special
yes.
effects.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We can't really, I think, tell you much because it would, give away the feel of the show.
Sure.
But I can tell you that you go there and you'll be surprised. Your eyes will be popping out of your head for sure.
Awesome. That sounds great. So you guys have some really cool special effects.
Yeah, our crew's been working really hard to get the timing down with the lights and the smoke and the fog and all the different stuff and the black lights and all these different things and the music too, and sound. So they've been working real hard with.
I didn't know this was a musical.
Well,
No.
scary, eerie music.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There have been many a time when somebody's been backstage by one of the speakers that projects the sound, and the music comes on and we didn't know, and we all jump because it's so loud and ominous. And so I think the crowd will really enjoy that aspect of it too.
Emily, I would guess you're a veteran of the theater as well.
Yeah. Not quite as long as they have. I started in 9th grade. I did children's theater for the first time, and I just had such a blast that I had to keep doing it. Everyone that you meet in theater is really close, and it's kind of like a little family. So yeah, I'm happy to have been doing it for so long.
Tell me do you enjoy playing this Norma Corwin?
Yeah, I can relate to her, but at the same time she's much more confident than I probably am in real life. Like I said, she's got a big career going for her, and she knows what she wants in life, but she definitely gets pretty confused. But I'm a teenager, I'm confused a lot, so I can relate to that.
Well, there you go. It says here, when Norma learns that the inn is to be destroyed to make way for a new highway, she decides the time is now or never, and the fun begins.
Yep. So if I don't spend the night that time, the inn's going to be gone, and everything that I had thought about all these years since childhood, that will be gone. So I have to do it that one night, and everyone else has plans to come to the inn that night as well. So.
A number of uninvited guests, it says here, arrived to add more mystery. We talked about the spiritualist, servicemen, a mysterious young woman who comes to warn Norma that she's in great danger.
Yeah, she's kind of a loony bin. She's a very crazy, mysterious young woman. I know that Tom, Brody's character, interacts with her a lot, so.
Yeah, I have to, I come in there, and she's the first person I meet, so I'm very taken aback by, meeting this insane young woman. She definitely something wrong there, and I don't know what to think. And so yeah, she adds a lot to the show.
Who plays her?
Becca Tutwell.
Tutwell.
Excuse me.
That's okay. Let's see here. And the spirits of the 3 young sisters who are cursed to relive their sister's murder each night at the hands of their handyman Flint.
Yeah, so that's part of the foundation of the show, and why the inn is haunted is that these 3 sisters, who I think they lived there as children, they used to steal their guests' things and hide them, rings and brooches and necklaces and all these valuable things, and it's rumored that those things are hidden somewhere. And part of the mystery is that they were killed in the search for those things, and now they're ghosts because they hid those things and did that wrong, are doomed to stay in that hotel and live the rest of eternity out there because of that wrong that they committed.
Faribault High School Theater Troupe is presenting the mystery A Haunting We Will Go, written by Tim Kelly. Again, the performances are 19th through the 22nd, the 19th ASL interpreted, the 20th, 21st all at 7:30 in the evening. 22nd is a 2 o'clock matinee. All performances at the Michael J. Hansen Performing Arts Center. Tickets are general seating, $7 for adults, $4 for students, $5 for college students with an ID. So this should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing this production. There are 23 students in the cast, 26 working tech from the lighting, sound, the building, to wardrobe props, and painting the set. So you have to get along with everybody. That's one of the key things in a play, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Get along with not just the crew, not just the cast members, but the crew.
Yep, got to get along with the crew, because they can really mess you up if you're up there and you make them mad. They can completely mess up your parts. So.
Yeah, and you don't want to have that.
No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. They're on here on AM Minnesota, the Faribault High School Theater Troupe members, Emily Beckman, she's a junior. We have all underclassmen here. Joe Werdman, who's a junior, and sophomore Brody Kucera. Are there seniors in this play?
Yeah, there are a few seniors.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Are you primarily underclassmen, though, in the theater?
No. I would say we're more made up of upperclassmen. Excuse me. Emily and I's class, we had just a ton of people our freshman year that joined theater, so we were probably the biggest class participant.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of juniors in theater this year, which is great. So.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. sophomore class well represented too, Brody?
I happen to be only one of 2 sophomores that are in theater.
Well, what's the deal with the sophomores?
I don't know. I try to get my friends to join, but maybe next year a few more will join. So.
What do you enjoy about theater, Brody?
The applause at the end. That's what I really enjoy. That I just get the biggest grin.
I love that. Honesty. That's the best policy. How about you, Joe?
You know, it's hard to pinpoint something, but I love the feeling of going on stage and being able to not portray the truth per se, because it's you know, a fictional most of the time script, but portray your part in that play truthfully and get that message, whatever message you're trying to get through to the audience.
In this case, you're a nice guy that has to play a jerk.
Yeah. So it's been a challenge to portray that truthfully, but I think I've done an alright job, and I'm really excited. I'm a little worried about what my family might think, but
nah, they know it's a play.
Yeah.
They know you're not that way at home, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Emily?
I of course like the applause as well, but for me it's mostly like the adrenaline rush you get before you say your first line or before you take that first step on stage. After that first part, you know, you kind of get into the groove of things and you're not so nervous out there, but yeah, I really like that adrenaline rush.
I know it happened to me when I was your age, so I'm going to ask each of you, have you ever forgotten a line?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, I think I have.
What do?
You cover so much.
Yeah.
Yep. Make up things, whatever sounds right at that point.
Hopefully.
Doesn't that throw off your cast members who are waiting for that cue?
They usually help you out, though. They know what you're supposed to say, and so if you're not saying that, they'll jump in and try and clean it up for you.
Yeah. And usually everybody's, or hopefully, I mean, you're in character to the point where you can react to what's going on just automatically as your character would, so it's a lot of times not even a problem.
So you never panic when you forget a line?
Maybe on the inside a little bit, but
Yeah.
you try not to. You try to just stay in character as much as possible and think on the go.
Yeah, most of the time you're so into your character that the lines almost just come naturally, and it's not so much memorizing. It's just you know what's happening, and you really get into the character and say the lines.
But you have forgotten the line.
Oh yes.
And you've forgotten the
Yes.
line. And you have forgotten the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one that ever forgot a line. Again, Emily Beckman, Joe Werdman, Brody Kucera in studio today on our AM Minnesota show. We're not sure what we're going to have for tomorrow. I know on Thursday, Superintendent of Faribault Public Schools, Todd Sesker, will be in studio. We'll talk about what's happening in the school district. And also, we have Mark Paddock, who's in charge of the construction portion of South Central College. Remember, they redid the building program. It left when the economy went in the tank back in 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. The building program left South Central College. Well, now that the building is starting up again, they've started up the program again, and of course it was a natural to ask Mark Paddock to come back. He was the instructor extraordinaire before. I'm looking forward to visiting with Mark. Actually, I did not too long ago over at the school when I was over there for their open house. I stopped over and took a look at his gorgeous area that he gets to work in, and all the students get to learn about the building's trades in. So Mark will be with us on Friday's AM Minnesota show. We're looking forward to that. Next Monday, folks in the Paradise will be in studio, the theater. Speaking of the theater, Paradise Center for the Arts. And then next Tuesday, I've got a special program coming your way. It's Robert Stern. He's with the Minnesota College Savings Plan. He's the program manager of that plan. We'll talk about how you can save for college, which all three of these youth are doing, or their parents are doing. Get them ready for college. Have you picked a school yet, Joe?
I haven't. I'm looking at more of the faith-based music schools like Concordia or Northwestern. I really like them. I also really like Bethany University. But yeah, we'll just see where life leads me.
Okay. How about you, Emily?
I have a couple schools picked out. I know I want to go to a four-year university, but I'm not exactly sure, so I'll just apply to a bunch of them and see where I can get in.
Right. And of course, Brody, you got an extra year to think about this.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want to go to the U of M. I want to stay close to home and, close to my family, so.
That's a big campus.
Yes, it is. So.
I mean, we're talking, the campus is bigger than Faribault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But that's all right though.
Like double the size of Faribault. Actually, more than that. More than double the size of Faribault.
That's a big campus. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get your head around that, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
whole town and going to one school. So.
More than double the size. So if I go to this, Emily, am I going to get scared?
Yes, you will.
You guarantee that I'll be scared.
I'll guarantee that at one point in the play, you will be scared.
Okay. How about
Probably
you?
more than that, but at least once.
Joe, what do you think?
I can guarantee.
I don't scare all that easily.
No,
I'll just let you know.
I think our cast has done a pretty darn well job. I think we'll spook you, we'll intrigue you. It's that mystery scare factor that works together like that.
Yeah, I think you'll be scared. I think you'll be confused. I think you'll laugh, and I think you'll cry. It should be a good show.
I'll cry?
Maybe.
You'll be laughing so hard, then you'll cry.
I like that, Emily. That was very good.
Thank you.
That was a very good pickup there. That was awesome. So do we want to go over that information again? Joe or Brody or somebody?
Yeah.
Where can I get tickets, by the way? Are they only available at the box office? At the school?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they are. But they're usually, we have more than enough. So it runs from the 19th to the 22nd, this Thursday through Sunday. The 19th show is ASL Interpreted, and the 19th, 20th, and 21st are all at 7:30 p.m. The 22nd Sunday show is a 2 p.m. matinee, and tickets are $7 for adults, $4 for students, $5 for students, college students with an ID.
Can't beat it. Can't beat those prices.
Nope.
Not by any stretch. Do you think people might want to come more than once?
Yeah. Yeah, we usually get people that they see it once and they're hooked, and I mean, we've had people that come back all 4 times, and it's pretty cool to see that it's not, I mean, we're doing this in a high school, but we do it more than a level of high school theater.
Okay. So do you guys go down to the elementaries, and is that part of your dress rehearsals? That's what we did when I was in school, that's why I asked.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for coming in and telling us about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
thank you
having
for having
us.
us.
Yeah, break a leg.
Thanks.
That's a theater term, break a leg. Means do good, doesn't it?
Yep,
Yep.
that's right.
Yeah. See? Told you. That concludes today's edition of Ham Minnesota. Again, we're not sure about tomorrow's show. Jerry said he's in the process of getting one, so we'll find out what it is, I guess, together. This is KDHLAM.